Hi Aquarius, welcome to your love reading for December 2018. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, so I've already shuffled the decks for you. Let's go ahead and get started. This is for confirmation. But first, let's get you 9 cards from this deck. And this is a love reading for the sign of Aquarius for December 2018. Your first card is the 3 of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for December. 5 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for December. 8 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for December. The Sun. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for December. 5 of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for December. The Devil. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for December. Princess of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for December. 8 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for December. And you have the World. What's the most important message that Aquarius needs to hear about their love life for December 2018? And the card that you have, Aquarius, is the Queen of Swords. So this would represent an air sign. Of course, it can represent you since Aquarius is an air sign, but can also be someone who is a Gemini or a Libra. Okay, so we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's go ahead and get started. And Aquarius, if you'd like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website at channelguidance.com. I also have a new Facebook account. It's not a page or a group. You do have to add me as a friend to see anything that I have posted. I had another Facebook account, but it was deleted or disabled or something, so I just made another one. And you will see readings on Facebook that you will never see on YouTube. You have to add me as a friend, and all the instructions to buy a reading will be on my website, because I always get tons of messages on Facebook and emails. How do I get a private reading? There will be very simple instructions on my website. Okay, so let's see what you have going on here, because you have a lot going on. You have the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the 8 of Cups. So it really seems like you're in a really difficult place. For some of you, I see, a crystal clear message that somebody has left a relationship. Either you have left someone because you were not happy or you were not being treated well. Maybe someone was dishonest with you. Or perhaps someone just broke up with you. All of the cards that you see on the top row do represent some kind of loss. The 3 of Swords is the breakup card. The 5 of Cups is sadness and tears, disappointment that something that did not work out. Someone maybe did not turn out to be what you wanted them to be. Someone let you down. The 8 of Cups is a goodbye card. Somebody chose to move on because they were no longer happy. So, what I get from these 3 cards is that you're very much hurting. You're either hurting because you had to leave someone, or somebody has left you. Of course, some of you can be dealing with this right now, where you're kind of thinking, something is happening in my relationship or in my marriage, and you may be thinking of ending things, or you may be worrying that your partner is going to end things with you. I just see someone is very upset. Also with the 3 of Swords, sometimes it's not a breakup. It can be that there's a lot of fighting, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of conflict. But I still see, perhaps somebody contemplating, should I move on? Can I do better? Now the second row here, you've got the Sun, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Devil. Okay, so even though you have some challenging cards here, you have the Sun. So the Sun's the most positive card here. So I feel like for many of you, especially with that first row, where you're dealing with something very painful, very emotional, very difficult. I see you suffering there with the 5 of Pentacles. This is someone that is really hurting, someone that feels really like shut out emotionally. You feel like someone has just kind of locked you out of their lives. And the Devil, I definitely feel like this is a lot of sadness, a lot of pessimism. It's a major arcana, which means this feeling is really like consuming you right now. The good news is you have the Sun, which means whatever it is that is really bringing you down, whether someone is talking about leaving, or they've already left, or you've had to leave, the Sun is telling you there's going to be a positive outcome to this. The Sun represents happiness and love, marriage, success, positive energy. So although you do have challenging energy here from the Devil, you have the opposite on the other side, the Sun. There's going to be a lot of happiness and positive energy, even though I do see you in a difficult place right now. You may wonder, like, I don't know how this will happen for me. I don't know how things can change. Something will change with the sun being here. Okay, so let's look at the bottom row. You have the Princess of Cups. They call it the Princess in this deck, but it's actually the Page of Cups. And the pages do represent communication. So there can be, you know, some type of communication. The Page of Cups represents someone really pouring out their heart to you. This can be a declaration of love, a very, you know, loving heart-to-heart conversation, and it is right next to the Eight of Wands. This can represent a long anticipated phone call from someone, a long anticipated message, communication. But the Eight of Wands also means there's something exciting coming your way, especially, you know, with the difficult energy here and up there. Again, someone maybe has really let you down. Maybe they're finally ready to change. Maybe they're finally deciding to work things out with you. With the Eight of Wands, you've been waiting for this, and this could definitely tie in with the Princess of Cups, where there is a deep, very deep and emotional heart-to-heart conversation. You also have the World, which does represent endings and new beginnings. The World can even be the end of a difficult situation. Again, definitely what we're seeing up here, because although we see challenging cards in the first row, the Sun pops in here. Even though there's, you know, a few more right here, you have the Sun saying the most difficult situation that you're in can still work out. And the World, it doesn't necessarily mean the end of a relationship, although for some of you, you may want that, and for others, this can just be that you successfully overcome the problems that you're having, the challenges, and you're able to move on to the next chapter of your relationship or your marriage. Okay, so let's get a few more cards to see how all of this is going to fit together and get the full message. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius for December? You have the Nine of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius for December? The Emperor. Messages for Aquarius for December. And the Princess of Pentacles. Okay, so these three cards. So what I see here, I mean, with the Nine of Swords, this is someone that is very much in fear. You're agonizing. Perhaps you're agonizing over someone leaving you. You're agonizing maybe because you know you have to end a relationship, or you feel there's something wrong. You're unhappy in a relationship. The Nine of Swords just means you're imagining the worst, and you can't stop certain negative thoughts. You do have the Devil right there. Perhaps you feel you can't stop these negative thoughts that keep coming to you. Maybe you feel like you're losing your partner. You feel like you're not going to be able to work things out. That is the Nine of Swords. You do have the Emperor telling you that you need to do something. The Emperor is saying you've got to take control of the situation, especially with something like the Nine of Swords, where you're being kind of eaten alive by your fears. The Emperor is saying stay in control. You've got to stay in control. You got to take charge of the situation that you're in. For many of you, you have a lot of thinking to do with the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. The Princess of Pentacles comes up when you're missing something. There's something that you're not seeing. There could be something causing a lot of heartache and conflict in your love life that you haven't thought of yet. So the Princess of Pentacles, it's the Suit of Pentacles, but to me this card always feels like a Swords card. It's telling you put on your thinking cap and really look at your relationship or your marriage and see, what is this all trying to tell me? There's something more to see when the Princess of Pentacles comes up. Okay, so let's move on to the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius for December? We've got the Eight of Pentacles. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius? The Fool. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius? And the Page of Wands. What's the most important message that Aquarius needs to hear for December 2018? The Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, this is a very optimistic outlook, being very self-confident. You would definitely need that with whatever is going on in your relationship here, where either somebody has left or you're thinking of leaving. This also definitely ties in with the Emperor. You've got to take charge of what's happening in your love life or in your relationship. The Knight of Wands, this is being determined to succeed. This is refusing to give up on someone, refusing to let go, knowing that you will get what you want. And I mean, from the other deck, it was actually your energy, so this does make sense, especially, you know, putting the Emperor in here. Like perhaps what's going on in your love life right now and the sadness that I see here, maybe even a breakup. Maybe this is something that only you can change with your energy popping up here. Only you can change this. Okay, so let's look at these 3 cards. So, I mean, what I see here is obviously there's a new beginning with the Fool. Perhaps, you know, you're going to have to give someone a second chance where it's kind of risky. Perhaps, you know, someone has really upset you. They've really let you down. They've broken your heart with the 3 of Swords. Maybe you chose to leave them for a reason. There's a new beginning here for you. So this definitely ties in with the Sun. There is some type of change for even the worst of situations that you may have. Whether it's someone talking about divorce or somebody just moved out. There is some type of hope with the Fool and the Sun being here. Now you do have the 8 of Pentacles saying there's a lot of work to do to get everything back into balance. There's a lot of effort that has to be put in, but it can happen, and here's the change that you're hoping for, the Page of Wands. There is a sense of happiness, excitement. There are new opportunities for you. So new energy here, new energy here. And for some of you, it can be, you know, that change can happen in your existing relationship. But this is a very optimistic outlook, like the Knight of Wands, which was the main energy. So I feel like here you have to stay really positive. There will be positive changes, but this means that you have to stay in a very light-hearted energy, which is the opposite of what we have over here. This is someone that is just in agony. That's not going to be helpful to you. You're going to be consumed by it with the energy of the Devil here. So for those of you that try to stay in control, again, the Emperor, there is a positive change coming to you. New doors will open. Again, with the Fool, you're going to have to take some type of risk and maybe entrusting someone. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just focus on X's using this deck right here. I already shuffled it for you, and you did have 3 jumping cards. I'm going to show those to you right now. Let me just get these off the desk here. I'm going to keep them here in case something repeats itself. And for this X spread, it does not have to be someone you had a long-term committed relationship with. It could be someone that you dated, someone you were getting to know. Maybe things just kind of fell apart and you want to know if you can work things out. Timing does not matter. So the 3 cards that jumped when I was properly shuffling were these. So, I mean, pretty significant that your energy has come up here again, because that was the main energy in the 9-card spread, the Queen of Swords. So it seems like you have an important decision to make when it comes to your ex. You are the air sign. Of course, if they're an air sign, that can also be them. Here's a very difficult decision. I mean, the 2 of Swords means that everything is on hold until someone decides, someone takes action. But I do see a relationship here with the 10 of Pentacles. This is not just a relationship. This is something stable. But I feel like for many of you, this is about you with the 2 of Swords being here and the Queen of Swords coming up 2 times. Like you have to decide. You have a really difficult decision to make with the 2 of Swords. You have to decide maybe if you want to forgive them, which is something that we definitely saw in the 9-card spread. Okay, so let's put these back in. These were just jumping cards, and we'll see if any of these come up again. Okay, show us the energies around Aquarius and their ex. 10 of Pentacles, so that was one of the 3 that jumped. Messages for Aquarius about their ex for December. 2 of Cups, Aquarius and their ex, December. 9 of Cups, Aquarius and their ex for December. King of Cups, Aquarius and their ex for December. King of Swords, Aquarius and their ex for December. 2 of Wands. So very interesting. Your energy has popped up here again. This time it is the King of Swords. But it is still you. And you've also got a water sign here, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. It could be male or female, sun, moon, or rising. So we're looking at you and your ex. Again, it doesn't matter how much time has passed. It doesn't matter if you were not in a committed relationship. This is what we have. 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups, King of Swords, 2 of Wands. I definitely feel like something will change. I mean, that's probably why you had the Sun. You had all of these challenging cards where it seemed, pretty grim. It did seem grim, but you had the Sun in there, which means that there was going to be a positive change. Something that, you feel like nothing can fix what happened. Something will change. I mean, you have the 10 of Pentacles. It jumped when I was properly shuffling. I put it back. It's the first card that I pulled. Again, the 10 of Pentacles, for those of you where perhaps, this was a spouse, this can be that your marriage is going to be back on track. But this could also just be that you and your ex are just not finished yet. This is a card of commitment and stability. This can even be a marriage card, a relationship that can lead to marriage and happiness and children. You also have the Two of Cups. So this is telling me that the bond between you and your ex, and of course we do see two people here, the bond with your ex is still there, the Two of Cups. This is a soulmate card. That strong emotional bond, that kind of emotional pull towards this person and their pull towards you, it's still there. You also have the Nine of Cups telling you you will get exactly what you want. The Nine of Cups is the wish card. Your wish, to connect with your ex, to have them back, to have a second chance. It is there as a possibility. The Nine of Cups also just means that you will be extremely happy, extremely content. Now the bottom row is interesting because we see two people here. Obviously you are one of them, the King of Swords, which, it's telling me that what we saw in the 9-card spread was pretty accurate, because you did have the Queen of Swords. I thought there was perhaps, it was from this stack where the Queen of Swords jumped, and I didn't pull the Queen of Swords this time, but I got the King, but the Queen was in the 9-card spread. So this is telling you that you might have more to do with you and your ex getting back together than you know. For some of you, it could be that you have to reach out. It could be that you have to be understanding. It's somehow like it's up to you, because those 3 cards jumped. The Queen of Swords, the Two of Swords, the King, the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. It's somehow up to you. So I see you there with your ex. You do have the Two of Wands saying this could take time. The Two of Wands means there's usually delays, there's waiting. Again, it could be that you're waiting because someone has to make a choice. With the Two of Swords, that jumped for you when I properly shuffled. A difficult decision. It could be that you're having to decide whether you can trust them again, whether you can forgive them, whether you want to take that chance. But I do see a lot of happiness in the top row. That connection with them, that emotional bond is still there. There's still the possibility of something stable. There's the possibility of commitment. And I see your wish to be with this person is still there. Like, it can still be granted. But there is something kind of holding things back. And for everyone, it's going to be different. It could be that maybe you need to reach out to them. It could be that you need to give them some time. Let me get a few more cards for you. And we can get maybe a little bit more clarity on this. What else does Aquarius need to hear about their ex for December 2018? The Sun again. What else does Aquarius need to hear about their ex for December 2018? The Ace of Cups. What does Aquarius need to hear about their ex for December 2018? What else does Aquarius need to hear about their ex for December 2018? Yeah, that's pretty crystal clear. I mean, you have the Sun again. The most positive card is telling you that happiness and success, it can still happen. Like, no matter how painful things were or how hopeless things seem, the Sun is telling you it can still happen, and you've got it not just once, but you have it twice now. The Sun is a repeat card. Not only that, but you have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is telling you there can still be a new beginning. The Ace of Cups, this means that you can work out your differences, you still can rekindle that connection. You still have it anyway, because you have the Two of Cups down there. The Two of Cups is that soulmate connection. Just that sense of knowing that, this is who I belong with, this is a person you can't stop thinking about, you have not been able to move on. The Ace of Cups is saying you can rekindle that connection. There's a lot of positive energy. Like, the most basic way that I can put it, as far as you and your ex, that there is a lot of positive energy around you being able to work things out, or somehow connecting again somehow. I thought there could be communication. And you also have the Six of Pentacles telling you that you will get what you deserve. This is a card of receiving and balance. So you will be receiving what you deserve, especially if your partner really let you down, really hurt you. There was a lot of painful energy in the first 3 cards that I pulled for you. I mean, you had the Five of Cups, and you started with the Three of Swords. I mean, there was something, it was just an eye-opening first row here. Here you go. Three of Swords was the first card, then the Five of Cups, and then the Eight of Cups. A lot of painful energy there. But you do have, there's something that's changing, something positive, a new beginning. You're getting what you deserve. But you do have the Knight of Pentacles, which does mean this is slow progress. You're making slow progress towards working things out or finding your way back to each other. And that is being repeated by the Two of Wands, which is right underneath it. There is a delay there, but I do see a lot of happiness. Give it time. I feel like no matter what happened between you and your ex, because it seems like it's something like painful, like ouch, like something very, very difficult with that first row that you had, and then the Devil in the second row. But the Sun 2 times is telling you that there can be a very positive change if you just hang in there. Again, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Everything's not going to be fixed overnight. Just give it time. Okay, Aquarius, this has been your love reading for December 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.